VVA Chapter 1067, Huntsville, Alabama.
And he can spell because he spelled all of their names. So but we have Miss Traci Tyree here, and she'll tell you what church they're from. They just came tonight to bless us. You remember when we were in Vietnam, you got those, what do you call those packages? Care packages? I mean, they're crumbled up cookies. We ate them. And then we got a Huntsville Time that was 2 months old. But we enjoyed it. So this is a recap of that, okay? So I'm going to let you talk about church and what you do, okay?
Hi, I'm Traci. We are from Movement Church in Madison. And I'm the outreach director for Movement Church, and Larry is a good friend of my husband. This is my husband Ron, my son Josh, and this is Walker Wyndham, who is the youngest patriot. I swear his blood is red, white, and blue. But we just, as I was praying, and I had talked to Larry when we were cruising together about coming in and blessing you all, because that's my job. I have a great job. I look around Huntsville and see, Lord, who can I bless this month? And when I got to talking to Larry, he was so passionate about what you guys do that I just knew in my heart y'all were next. I'm thankful that tonight was not canceled and that we get to be here. And I was praying and looking at the calendar. According to my calendar, it was this month, about a week ago, that was the start, the official start of the vehicle. So to me, that seemed like it was meant to be. But being a military wife and a military mom, I know the sacrifice. And we just are so thankful for y'all. I don't care how many years it's been since you served. I don't care if you served 6 months or if you served 30 years. We are forever, ever thankful for what you have done for us and for our country. We are praying for you. Movement Church is praying for you. We're praying for your families. We're speaking blessings upon each of you. We're speaking protection in the midst of this current chaos over each of you. And humbly, we just say thank you so much. We have little presents for you. Walker, do you all want to start handing them out? We have some coffee mugs for you, and I come from a great church. I love it because everybody tries to outlove and outgive. And when they found out I was coming today, here in Huntsville and works with tons of veterans, and he charged for. And I said, well, I have like 65 vets. And he said, I don't care. So there's a $35 gift certificate in each. With that. And we just thank y'all so much. I was speaking to a couple of you and about your prison ministry, and we've been wanting to do that. So I've given my card, and if you ever wanted to partner with you, we would be honored to love on your prisoners. Once you get clearance, they can have something brought in. We're honored to do that. So thank you.
Matter of fact, I just had lunch today with a fellow veteran. And we go to Limestone County, but they want someone to come to Decatur Correctional Facility. And we've been there before, so that may be something we could do together.
We'll be honored to do it. I will give you my card too. I thank you, Mr. Miller, for giving us some time before your meeting. You guys are the cream of the crop. We just thank you so much. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
And we'll leave extras with you.
Okay.
Let's see.
Are you good, Mom?
Oh, there you go. There you go, Walker.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry. You do be thinking about us when you leave, don't you?
Tell Mr. Walker I didn't. I was working and I didn't get one. So
Would you announce it again, but didn't know that you can't hear good, and all of them forgot it. All right, well, let them know again.
The name of the church is Movement Church. It's out of Madison.
let me get one there, please.
Right here down the
Just
road.
put one right there.
We're only 5 years old.
Relatively new church. Been in the building we're in now for about 3.5, 4 years. So we're growing, and
You can't help but succeed because you got a heart of giving. Thank you very much.
You all baptized in there, right?
absolutely.
Okay, you hear that? I got a few here I need to bring over here, okay? Thank you so much.
Mr. Walker,
If y'all didn't get a card,
I didn't get one. I didn't get one. Just get one there.
Didn't get a
Thank you.
card, hold your hand up. You know all y'all folks.
You can do this. Come on, guys. Charlie.
y'all good over there?
Did everybody get a mug?
They're all going to be left here.
Did everybody get a
Mr.
card?
Walker, okay?
Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let's get the cards with the mugs.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Like your shirt, buddy. God bless y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Have a great evening.
Have you seen anything on video about visits to Tut Van?
It's online.
It's online, so the webpage.
It was in the rocket, too.
It was right, yeah. But a lot of us, we had a little program there with the Medal of Honor recipient, Sprayberry. And we not only gave a pen to the ones that were in the auditorium, in the mess hall there. Well, that's not a mess hall, that's a cafeteria. Okay. So we not only gave it to them, but we literally went from room to room. And I tell you what, I mean, that was just incredible that those guys came alive. You know, there's a couple of first sergeants in there. There's a female first sergeant in there that was, hey, I tell you. And then, of course, this is how small the world is. We saw this guy standing up there. No, he was getting ready to leave. And I said, he kept saying, man, I know that guy. Warren or somebody said, yeah, I know him. And finally, we figured out who he was. Hargrove. That's right. One of our chapter awards is named after him. He's in the Tut Fan. Anybody know him? Yeah, I know you guys know him, yeah. But that is just incredible. The guys that are in there, you know, they still, you just don't forget the military. You just don't forget it. And when one guy told Warren, said, why are you giving me this again? Yeah, he kind of saluted him. You know? He ain't laying on his back. He ain't saluting, you know. So we really appreciate you guys coming with us. And Dean, where's he at?
Which Dean?
Dean, the guy that set this up for us. To go to Tut Fan.
Ernie.
Ernie. Is Ernie here?
No.
No, he's not here tonight.
Everybody hung up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, he set it up that we might do that, and those are some of the things that we do. I mean, I tell you what, if you want some tears to roll down, you go do that. Or you go to the prison. Hear those guys talk. Do you want to say anything about the prison, Josh?
Well, no, I just tell you, those guys are very receptive of us, and we are very, very fortunate that we have a BSO, what's her name? Chantel. And she's very knowledgeable, and a lot of those inmates are not aware of the things that are still available to them because they're incarcerated. and she's able to help them with that. And of course, then JR and Alan and Chaplain Henderson, have prayer with them and all that. And they're very happy to see us every time we come out there to see them. Because they're incarcerated, and she's able to help them with that. And of course, then JR and Alan and Chaplain Henderson, have prayer with them and all that. And they're very happy to see us every time we come out there to see them.
In the coast there, you know they just moved the prison from down south up here, so they're sleeping all over the place, man. In the gym, I mean, they can't even play basketball in there anymore.
A lot of inmates transferred over from Holman prison, so because of all the stuff. Well, they've had like 22 deaths down at the Holman thing.
Which is a tough prison. I mean, because the lady said they brought drugs in, and they got all kinds of things going down that they did not have before. So now they got a new warden. When you get a new first sergeant in, it's tough when you get a new one in there. You got to make this stamp, right? Yeah. So
one of the things that we instill in them and talk to them about is that we still care about you, and we reinforce that, because if you have, once you give up on life, you have nothing to live with. So one of the things I talk to them about every time I get an opportunity is, what are your goals? Your first short-term goal is you want to do what's right so you can get out of here one day. And then, and that type of thing. And there are a lot of programs that are offered to them in there in terms of finishing their GED and all those kinds of things. And so when they go in front of those parole boards, those are the kinds of things that will help them to get out of there early, and that sort of thing. And so what they're doing is they're passing the word on. Hey, those guys are coming out here with those vests on, those medals. And so they're passing the word on to the other inmates, and they're coming to.
And who we really want to help, the place is crawling with guys from Iraq and Afghanistan.
Amen.
I mean, there's just so many of those young guys. They're like my son in there, young guys. And one of them says, "Hey, sir," he says, "when I got back, I just going crazy. I didn't know what to do besides fighting and if someone sold a gun and all this kind of stuff." He said, but that's not me. He said, but I'm in here so that I can get out of here. So they know they're in there for a reason. So that's what we do, guys. If you want to be a part of that, you see chaplains there. Yeah. Okay, so let's do the president report, the secretary report. We either you got your minutes by email, or we have a hard copy available. Are there any questions or comments about our minutes? Things that are hopping at you guys?
There's no question. President, I move that the minutes of the previous meeting be accepted as presented.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Good. Okay, Ms. Secretary, can you do roll call? If you notice, there's several people not here tonight, and for obvious reasons. Okay, so don't panic. Maybe some of them feeling bad. The general rule is that if you feel bad, you shouldn't be around other people, right? Okay.
We still got a pretty good sized crowd.
I'm amazed.
57. Tennessee governor wasn't at 57.
Okay.
President Charlie Miller.
Yep.
First Vice Bobby Langford.
Yeah.
Second Vice John Mace.
He went to the bathroom.
He's here.
Treasurer is absent. Sergeant at Arms.
Here.
Vice President Warren Harmon.
Here.
James Carter still on sick call. Membership Chair Richard Knight.
Here.
Chaplain's team Alan Langford.
Here.
Board of Directors Larry Winan.
Here.
Dean Anderson.
Here.
John Perry.
Here.
Richard Grimes.
Here.
Fred Klaus.
Here.
Don Naiman.
Here.
Advisory Council to Board of Directors Josh Perry.
Here.
Sammy Bone.
Here.
Wason Fielding.
Here.
And Colonel Steve.
Here.
That concludes the report.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the treasurer, not feeling well, and I asked him, I said, if you're not feeling well, don't come. I said, but I need to know how much money you got, okay? So at least I got that, okay? So we currently have a balance of 21, 22, 42, 41. $2,122.41, okay? Which means that we need to do the thing you're talking about doing, we need to raise money. How many of you all know Lupe Rodriguez? I thought she used to work at Field Service Ventures. She did.
She did.
You guys don't know her?
She also worked with us when we started the chapter.
Yeah. But she I talked with her again today. She's been moving assistant, and she have agreed to be a fundraising person for us. Okay. So and Richard's been pushing me to get that, a publicity person.
She's good. She plans in golf tournaments and things at the Bonbon Civic Center. She does some stuff that can bring.
You know she's gonna get my vote. She got a compliment. Win, yeah. So also just well, let's get there. Are there any discussion about our short treasury report? Can I have a motion to approve that part I just gave you?
You don't need a motion to approve that.
Okay. All in favor?
You don't need a motion.
Aye.
Okay, along the same line, I called Kelly Williams. You all remember Kelly Williams, realtor? Where we go have a breakfast at? So she said she got $500 for us, okay? But we got to come to breakfast together. But then, I mean, it's a full laid out meal, okay? So you all will be happy. So the reason I need these email addresses so that we can contact you and let you know when that's going to be. It's either going to be the 1st of April or the 8th of April in their building. Okay, they always give us a good donation when we go over there. Are there any bills that are due to any of you from the chapter?
I got a receipt to throw in, but I'll first get it from Neil, okay?
Okay, good. Okay, can we have a report from the membership chair?
First, I want to thank all of you guys for the event they had sponsored for Saturday that came in to
Speak
support.
up.
First of all, I'd like to thank all you guys for the event they had nominated me for that will be coming up Saturday, that was canceled, to be thankful that you thought enough of me to come out and support me, although this virus sort of stepped in there and it was postponed to a later date. Also, the membership is moving as fast as it once did before because I've taken on a much bigger job. All of our guys are getting older and I'm working harder to help bring more benefits for the guys that started off with 30% and probably didn't move to more than 7%. And when I talk to a guy, I always ask them, I will be happy to review your paperwork and get you set up with an outline to go for VSO. Now, just for curiosity, anybody that I work with, just raise your hand and they'll have an idea of what I'm speaking about. So I don't take a lot of time. If I once did going out and rallying for new membership, I work with the membership that I have to make sure they get awarded the one that had low numbers on the percentages. And I have figured out a couple good ways to do this, and I got 2 good teams that I work with, and it takes short time to get the benefits back when we go to work together. And again, I've said thank you for supporting me, support some of the things I do, and we want to keep our chapter alive for what we're doing. I met a 40-year-old guy 2 days ago. He has a lot of problems. He served from 2004 to 2011, and he's really banged up pretty bad. He was going to come today, but something got in the way, he couldn't make it. But I'm going to keep working on him, and this is what we need to do. We start looking at the one beneath us, just like our president said about the prison out there. So these are things what we keep in mind. never again will one generation of veterans ever abandon another one. And that's our mission statement. And I want to thank all y'all that continue to support me and support Chapter 1067. Thank you.
Let me add something to the membership. On the national roster, we ended up with 616 as of 28th February. It did not count any of the tough band members that we got. We sent 13 applications in, and I sent them in overnight mail, so we paid for overnight mail. So they were there, and the rule was they were supposed to count everything that was postmarked before 29 February. Obviously, they didn't, because none of those were on our roster. But the good part of it is we had 608 paid members. So we don't get anything for those that don't pay, like that fan is free. But we ended up 608 members. You multiply that times $9. That's how much we get every year. Every lifetime member, we get $9 back from National. And that check will be coming charged pretty soon in April. So you multiply that out and you're probably gonna get over $5,000.
You don't tell them all that. So, but I go, on my watch, my goal is 700 members. And I tell you what, when I set that goal, I says, you know, every man get a man, okay?
They dying fast as that brain.
If we get 700 members, we're gonna be either number 3 or number 2.
We can do it. We can do it. It's a simple thing. I said, well, there's no way we can do that. But when I see Richard and you guys passing out cards and says, please come to the meeting, you know, that's how it happens. Because these guys really don't know what we do. If you just tell them just a little bit about what we do, you know, everybody wants to do something for the community or something for their fellow veterans. Okay? So that's how we're going to get 700 members.
Tell them what happened down at the state. Whenever they wanted that man to hold a class to teach them.
Oh, yeah. They wanted Richard to hold a class to teach all the other, how many chapters are there? 9?
There's 9 total chapters.
9 total chapters, right? You know what I told them? For a fee. You let Richard train them for a fee. That's my fundraising.
I didn't get a chance to go on the prison ministry, but all was not lost. Monday, I did a penny there at the VA at the PTSD meeting. I think I pinned 2 out of a total of 5 at that PTSD meeting. And immediately I thought of Richard. The only problem was I didn't have any memberships applications with me, but I invited those guys here to this meeting tonight, and I looked around, I didn't see any of them here, and I tried to answer their questions about VA and their claims. I'm not a VSO, but I've studied my claim enough to answer VSO questions, and I'm trying to get them here to get the information that's passed on, that we pass on here at these meetings. And they said, yeah, they would be here. I've gotten about 5 or 6 people here, and you've signed up about 4 of them. So a source for applications and membership is the PTSD meetings. You know, if you think about it, and I think they meet every month. They're the COBC.
Good.
So it's something to think about.
You know what, Charlie Hodge from Tennessee, he was the president of that Tennessee chapter, that's number 2 in the nation. He had many applications on the back of his business card. And that's what he gave them. And he had enough information on there they could fill out that would do membership, all they needed for their DD 214. we could do something like that.
Okay. That's a good idea, very good idea.
I keep trying to find things for you guys. Yes, sir.
Charlie, I'm gonna make this little comment too.
Okay.
It is surprising how many people don't know about Assumption.
Now what?
Assumption.
Oh, okay.
And I've done this in the last year and a half with 2 different individuals at church that didn't know about Assumption. And one of them already has 100% disability out of that, and another one has got paperwork pending right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that whole idea of Assumption and how easy it is relatively to go ahead and get that done and bring that up to date.
Mm-hmm.
But it affects all of us in here, and there's a lot of Vietnam veterans that don't know about it.
Yeah. Okay. And you just got to keep trying. There's a guy I know who goes to my church. You know, I've been trying to get him to come, and he said, "Oh, okay." So what I did was I got him to get in his brand new blue, his brand new, but his blue pickup truck. Took me to Tuscaloosa to get a bus for the church. So when I came back, I had to buy him lunch. Right? So I held out against him, and there he is sitting right there.
You bought me lunch, but I had to talk you into a place that served meat.
Mr. President, I have something. This has been weighing on my heart, and I got to share this with the chapter. Last meeting we had, if you recall, Dean got on our president. He said, "I've been trying to tell you for 9 years how to pronounce Larry's name." Let me share something with y'all. Because I've given Larry ample opportunity to come before y'all and tell the truth. Let me tell you what happened. When we came back from the national meeting in Spokane, Larry and I flew back together. And we had to change planes in Dallas. We're decked out in our stuff, and we're sitting there waiting at the gate. And this lady walks up, and she has on this jacket that says ANNA. And she said, "I want to thank y'all for your service and everything." So we said, "Well, thank you for your support, ma'am," and all that. And she sat down. And so Larry says, "So Anna, how's it going?" She said, "Oh, that's not my name." She said, "That says Association of Nymphs of North America." So we looked at him. She said, "Yeah," she said, "we just got through having our annual convention here in Dallas, and so I'm flying back home." So Larry said, "You guys have conventions?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "We mainly just sit around at the hotel and talk about guys and stuff." So Larry said, "Well, what are you talking about?" She said, "Well, which ones make the best lovers and all that?" So Larry said, "Well, what's your consensus?" She said, "Well, we've narrowed it down to 3 categories. Guys who are doctors, we think they're great lovers. Guys who are cowboys, we think they're great lovers. And guys of Jewish descent." Larry said, "Oh, so guys who are doctors, guys who are cowboys, and guys of Jewish descent?" She said, "Actually, my name is Nancy. What's your name?" Larry said, "I'm Dr. Hopalong Gold."
One of those ones. That's right.
What you guys don't know is that these military policemen, they all know these stories. They done learn them by heart. Probably can tell you one right now if I ask them to. Okay, so I just want to thank Don. I tell you guys one thing. It's not easy to do what Don's doing, okay? And keeping track of it. We went on Saturday, we had a complete inventory of everything that we own. Was it a success, Don? Because of you, man. We thank you so much, Don, for what you do.
And the Smith.
Yeah, that's his backup over there. Smith.
I get members now.
What's that color? What's that color? That's what the colors? The purple, lavender. You just wore that, huh?
East and West.
Yeah. And then and Don got a backup here. Doug. Doug gonna be on. Is that YouTube, Doug?
Not ATV.
ETV.
ATV.
Okay.
Educational television.
Channel 25.
APC.
APC. So it's gonna be during the 16th through the 29th of March. Okay. So check him out. Okay. He's doing a lot of great things. They have a story too. Okay. It's pretty long back there, but it's just a story. Okay?
Who was that with?
That's Don's brother.
Okay.
Yeah. You stand up so we can see you, man. Decorated soldier.
Okay.
All right. Come on, brother.
Did you get a quilt or a blanket?
Okay. The last thing I have is because of the suspension of the our meetings and Vietnam Veterans Celebration Day, we were going to do the nominations, but what I've done is I've got permission from the convention to hold all offices in place until we can vote, until we have an opportunity to put the names on the ballot, until we can vote, okay? Otherwise, we will do it haphazardly, okay? So that's not you don't have to vote on this. I'm just telling what we're doing, okay? So, and by the way, I said again, I gotta have, you can call me. Well, I don't know. Good grief, boy. I've been on the phone all day today. You know, can you help me out with that?
Who?
Some of the telephone calls I'm getting?
Who?
You.
I'm still gonna bring my wife over to your house in front of your wife. Tell her that you want me to be the state president.
Okay, I just want to let me recognize. Are there any new things in the claims department? Every meeting we have, someone's got something new. Okay, I think I've got my last one. I think Richie gonna get me past 20%. I think. Now I don't know. I think. I'll let you know, Richie. But I mean, boy, they want to twist my ankles. And they told me in the story they got this little wheel like spurs, you know, and they tap you on your leg and on your foot and stuff. So she started tapping me, and she said, "You feel that?" I said, "No." Boom, boom. You feel that? No. There's nothing new. Anybody claimed or you know. Bill Young went over today and. Because he was in the first cab in the jungle, he couldn't brush his teeth, and his teeth rotted, so now he got to have a denture plate, so he's claiming that. I don't know how far it's going to go.
Big money there.
Yeah.
Has he joined yet?
Yes,
Huh?
I
He joined us yet?
Yeah, he joined. Every man, young man, I brought him.
What about the other golfers?
Oh, no, man. Well,
We got the one from Gator.
yeah.
What about James Jewell?
Who?
James Jewell.
Oh, no, James ain't. You don't want James. Okay, so, John, you got anything?
No, I don't have very much with everything happening because of the, coronavirus. So I'm looking long-term. 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War Lecture Series is still a go. I've got a gentleman coming in from California. He was in the Battle of Hue for our Marines. He's a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
So it ought to be pretty good. So that we're working on, and the Veterans Day Parade we're working on. Everything in between is, we'll just have to wait and see.
What's the date for the Vietnam lecture, John?
What's the date? I think it's the 9th.
9th of November.
Yep. So, yep. So we're moving out. So I hope this is all cleared up by summertime, so we won't have to worry about it.
And John Boss had given him the authorization to do things with us. And I don't want to take advantage of John, but he helped me out with this invitation, these VIPs and all. You know how many senators and congressmen, all these folks we got? He had to invite all of those, and then we kind of give Warren a little bit of it too, since he got some buddies down there. So, John, we really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Anybody needs a personal affairs planning guide, just come stop by and see me. I got something.
I tell you what, man, this is important. Today, a soldier that used to work for me years ago called me today and asked me, he spent 22 years in the Army. Here's his question. He says, Charlie, now I should know this. He says, but his brother died 3 weeks ago, so they all of them get stirred up, right? He says, so if I pass away, can my wife still keep her ID card?
Yeah.
He was in 22 years. They need to come, huh?
She got to go into Redstone over here and get some changes to it.
Yeah, but she keep her ID card. All I'm doing, I'm just validating that we need help with each other. You know, I always thought claims only went to 20%. I didn't know we went to 100. Yeah, they did, man. They said you can get a free tag if you get 20%. And I said, yes. Yeah,
You graduated from the South Major Academy.
Okay.
What class was that, John?
Huh?
What class was that?
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Anything we need to know about? Anybody want to talk about anything? Anybody? Okay.
We plan on going home tonight.
My name is J.D. Booker, all over the morning. We have a Booker farm and we raise produce and we do workshop doing beginning farmers, those that want to become farmers, leaving the military. And so we work through USDA and Alabama A&M. If Alabama A&M allow me, I'll be having a workshop, harvesting workshop on the 25th through the 27th. What we do, we show the people how to harvest vegetables the right way, and whatever's harvested, we just give it away. So if anybody wants to come to a workshop, right now it's still on. I got a flyer that you can come out free 3 days. So everybody can't come on Wednesday, everybody can come on Thursday, someone can come on Friday. So that's what we have coming up. And then in April, the 15th through the 17th, we'll be doing a preparation, fertilizing, planting, showing people how to plant. And hopefully we have a speaker showing you how you can raise your garden in a raised bed in your backyard, or either hot gardening, so you don't have to have a lot of equipment to raise good vegetables that are fresh and without chemicals. So
I have a question. Can I ask you one thing real quick?
Yes, sir.
How do you keep a squirrel from eating green tomatoes? Yeah, last year, every single green tomato ate half of it, put it in my neighbor's yard. They're edible.
Squirrels and groundhogs, possum.
I kept water out there, for the bird meat, and they ate every single green tomato. I didn't get a tomato.
Hey, John, I know that. Move out of the
and I got a cat that big, and she doesn't like squirrels, catches everything, but
You live in the city limits?
I've never had a squirrel
You live in the city
eat
limits?
green tomatoes before.
Yeah.
You live in the city limits?
Yeah.
You live in the city limits? That's how you have to suffer. See, if it was like me, I got 22.
I 22, I can't aim at them fast enough.
Can you shoot a 22?
Brother Booker, I've never had.
Get your baby bottle, milk, and put on the under of your barrel and split it. I used to turn over on the refuge all the time with a single shot 22, shooting squirrels and gang one of their big cats.
They all from the same place. So, Mr. Booker,
He's got fully automatic.
let me ask you a question, because we gonna go through some difficult time. I need to spot and plant something out here. So we work together at planting, or how do we do it?
it's called a hands-on workshop.
Okay.
We'll be demonstrating how you do it, how to lead, how to fertilize, how to side dress. We do all of that stuff.
Okay.
And Auburn University will test your soil and tell you what type of nutrients you need, lime and nitrogen and all that stuff. So the main thing is getting the soil ready, getting it properly. So we'll teach you how to put it in the ground and how to keep it going.
The cost?
You gotta have your own. No, this is all, it's a free, it's free workshop. Everything is free.
Free, no
cost.
Come
So if we get clearance to continue it on, it'll be on the 25th through 27th.
That's fine.
And then if it's raining, what we'll do, we have a Walmart. You're gonna have to purchase some vegetables from Walmart because the ice and cold and dry weather killed all the broccoli and killed all of the, pretty much the Brussels sprouts. But we're gonna show them how a cabbage is supposed to come out fresh, how to pick what they call Georgia collards. And last year we taught people how to cut a cabbage head off and leave the stalk in the ground and get Brussels sprouts from that. So it's a new ideas and how to farm and survive without using chemicals and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we do about 2 workshops a year, and all of them are free now. It's no cost at all. No whatsoever. And then if you have a small area you want to use backyard, just call it. Get you a raised bed, get you some 2x6s or whatever, and just 10x10 or whatever, and put all kind of soil, leaves and things, and then you can raise fresh vegetables yourself.
Are you working?
Bloomberg said he can teach anybody to be a farmer. So all you have to do is dig a hole, throw a seed in it, and wait for it to come up.
I said, that's great there, but it don't work that way.
Okay, are you working this class with Dr. Pakababa?
No, I'm not.
Do you know him, right?
Yeah. See, Alabama A&M, they really get the, funding through USDA and I facilitate and what have you. But most of it is in kind. I do about maybe 20-some thousand for just free labor to them and stuff like that.
There's a vegetable gardening course. It's through A&M's extension course.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Okay.
That's a different one.
Okay.
It's ongoing right now.
All right, I'm signed up for that, and that's on the 25th.
That's the 25th, yeah. Okay. So I'll be doing this one, so we'll be in, doing the same thing.
First line?
Anybody need
All right.
Ready?
I want to thank everybody that supported me during the demise of my son. The emails that came in, Richard Knight and Larry Wentz came out to the funeral, but everything was fine. He had his business in order, so we didn't have no problem. In the wives department, several widows I've talked to and trying to help them get their indemnity compensation. I've discovered that they have lost their husband DD-214. So tell your family and friends that they need to keep a hold of that DD-214. Nothing is going to move at the VA without that DD form 214. That's all I have.
I was ready to that courthouse. When I was working funerals, I've always remembered that one of the first things that they taught us, this is before we had computers and online, and we were able to access our military records online. One of the first things we did when we processed out was whatever county we were in the United States of America, we were told to take our DD Form 214 to the probate office
of the courthouse of that county and register or DD Form 214, which they notarized, so it was a certified copy whenever it was needed. And that was 15, 20 years after your retirement, and I still tell families that now today, because once you retire, you forget all that. The family forgets it. So that's the first place to look. The second place to look is through VA and the records correction, or the St. Louis Records Archive.
National Personnel Record Center.
St. Louis Record Archive.
Yeah.
But the first place to look immediately is the courthouse in the county that you retired from. Very first place to look.
Okay.
It's all good, but they didn't do that. And after they buried their husband, they set the paperwork down somewhere and they can't put their hand on it.
Yeah.
And not only that, in order to fill out their form for the send to the records archive, you gotta know when they entered service and when they got out.
Yeah.
They don't know that either.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, what I'm suggesting to us here, the people that you rub elbows with, that you know are veterans, tell them, tell their family to hold on to that DD Form 214, because that's their goal. If they lose it, they don't get nothing.
Yeah.
And if they don't know when their husband went in service and when he got out, you can't file that 180 to get the forms and things back. So, yes, it's good if you take it down to the county courthouse and have it recorded. But if you didn't do that, you don't have it.
And
that's
some
what
people,
happened to them.
and some people, you know, we here in Huntsville, people just come here from other places. It's not in Huntsville. Let me ask this question before I get John here. This guy I was telling you all about earlier about wanting to know if his wife could keep his ID card. He asked me a question about his brother when he passed away. He was a veteran. His wife got a check for $750. What was that for? All depends. He never filed a claim or nothing. You know, I said, I got some geniuses in my chapter.
What they give you?
Evidently, I don't know.
He must have filed a claim somewhere.
Huh?
He filed a claim somewhere.
Somewhere, huh?
I mean, most likely you don't file a claim somewhere.
Yeah.
And they just not, after he died, he just went through.
Went through, huh? Okay.
Let me interject here. Today, I went to see the widow. I believe her husband passed in 2015. I'm not sure the date, because I always looked at
Richard, can't hear you.
Can you come this way so you can talk to
Yeah. Remember, we're old, we can't hear.
Thank you. I want to interject in some of what they were saying on that. Today, I went to visit with a widow. I believe her husband passed either 2011 or 2015. He was a Korean vet. And when I read the letter she got on the 24th day of March of 2020, it said, we followed through on your claim and accrued benefits. So I asked her for some documentation she had there, and she said she wasn't married to the veteran at the time. He was in the military, but later on they got married. So she produced 3 letters. And those letters made the connection why that was accrued benefit. He died from being exposed to Agent Orange. Agent Orange began in Korea in April 1968, April 1st, and went all the way to, I think, March of 71. So he fitted that time frame. In fact, he was inducted in service in August of 67. But also, I found out that 67, quite a few veterans that served in Korea are now eligible for benefit from 67. They just passed a bill last month that is attaching the 67 veterans that served in Korea onto the Blue Water money that's going to be given out. We should be given out already, but they have attached that to the Blue Water compensation that they're going to get. So that's never too late to look at the paperwork and look at it closely. I've tried and found out some of the tricks of the trade. Now, when they say accrued benefits, that means that the veteran current.
We know what you're talking about.
That means that the veteran is owed money for some of the illness that he picked up that they recognize, but the veteran and the family didn't recognize. And someone like myself that's an advocate researches this and it make it easy to go. So she had that letter from the 24th of last month and the letters that he wrote her when he was active duty. They married, now he's passed away. So she asked me, how do she bridge this gap? So I told her, make me copy of what you got, and I will sit down and create an outline. And she says, already registered, an intent to file, which is about 6 or 8 months old. So if I win the case, that means she's getting paid back for 8 months. So these are things you have to look at in there. And it's simple to me, but some guys get confused about it. But if you allow me a chance to look at the paperwork, I work diligently to try to figure it out. And so far, I got good help from the guy upstairs that gave me the knowledge to push this through. Yeah. And I got a couple good VSOs that doesn't mind going that extra mile.
You says Korea?
Korea.
Annyeonghaseyo.
You gotta do better than that.
Yes.
Were they married 10 years?
Say that
Were they
again
married
now?
10 years?
Were they married for 10 years or more?
Well,
Were they married 10 years?
they have 3 grown kids, and they are in their 50s, so. I would criteria.
But long as, you can't on, if she on your thing, you don't make no difference if it's 10 years or not, long as if you got any benefits and she on that, once you sign up, they automatically put her on there. So that's automatic cover everything. But what we gotta do, we gotta remind our wives, if she wanna continue to get our benefits, that when we get close to dying, she better tell her doctor, put on that thing, something related to what I'm getting benefits for. And if it's related to what I'm getting benefits for, she automatically gonna get through. That's right.
Well, that's what a good advocate do. A good advocate makes sure that it's covered. Every patient I interview, I give them the Association for Agent Orange to be awarded to them by looking at the 17 different items that they have on there that we sure that the gentleman can be paid for. That's his direct association with Agent Orange there. So that on the death certificate, there's no question to be asked. They automatically acknowledge them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But they put on that
James, I'm going to repeat that to Ann just like you said it, okay? If she want anything, she's going to.
Okay, did everybody have a chance to see the picture?
No.
Let me see that, please.
And who did it by?
Yeah.
I think it's
Any idea? Anybody have any idea?
He said, no, it ain't.
No, well, unfortunately, he's not here tonight. So I'm going to give this to Alan and to Bibb, and so that they can see Jim, they can harass him, because that's who that is. That's our chaplain. Yeah.
Captain Balls. I figured you might have been a captain by that time. Okay.
So who is it?
Who was that?
That's Chaplain Henderson.
Do you hear that?
I sent an email back.
Hey, don't forget the book. We got a couple people writing books here. What's the name of your book again? Spoken Meditation from the Heart. It's a good book. Okay. So make sure you get one. Give a gift to someone of that book. Okay. Any Richard, you guys got anything?
Well, we got the YouTube site up.
YouTube. Richard doing great. I tell you.
I've got videos from 2015 forward. Hours and hours of all the activities and everything we've been involved in. So check it out. By way of the chapter website.
Done, you done, what's done? You got anything you said was good?
Anybody that's ordered a long sleeve yellow shirt hey, you need to come pick them up.
Okay.
I got them up here, the chapter's already paid them. What's that? So that's sold.
Call out the names, Don. Just read them off.
I'm not gonna do that. They know who they are, if they ordered a shirt. Come pick them up.
Anybody else got anything other than Nancy? She gonna give away some, huh? She's gonna do the drawing. Miss Nancy, Charles?
I can't, it'll be my number.
That's all right, I'll take it.
I'll take that number. Okay, 95, 095.
That's me.
Okay. Should be, we got another one? No, I'm gonna let Jim.
063. 063.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He knows somebody.
078. Me. 078. Okay. Behind you, John. It's a little fishy, but I got it anyway. Came in right. I know. I draw one. Okay, 110.
Yo.
And Leo.
Who's that? Right there. Who's that?
You fellas.
This is what's left. All right. Ted.
Yeah.
Where you come from?
He's got about more bars than that. Where did you guys go You know that Spokane is the hub where coronavirus first hit the United States. That's where it came from. We had to stay away from that.
Okay, is that it? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion adjourned.
Second.
Second. All right, Chaplain.
Anybody else think of anybody else that was, need to pray for?
Yeah.
I know the,
Pray for David Lockley.
Yes.
I'm not gonna pray, I don't know, right? That's right.
All right, the inmates out of Limestone ask us to pray for them every meeting. Amen. We'll try to do that. Father, thank you for our meeting. Thank you for the things that were discussed, things that were shared. Thank you for the lady from Mrs. Tyree that came out and blessed us all from their church. Father, we praise your name. We pray that you'll bless the men here and their families and the prisoners out of Limestone. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
VVA Chapter 1067, Serving Vietnam-Era Veterans. Never again will one generation of veterans abandon another. Thank you for watching.